Hey guys, and welcome to the video, and this another episode of Hacking Modding News and Info. This is a weekly segment that I do where I go over and cover and highlight some of the information regarding the hacking, modding, homebrews, jailbreak, and emulation scenes that I think viewers of this channel would either find helpful, informative, useful, or just entertaining. There is a strong focus here on consoles and handhelds, but we do cover stuff regarding PCs and phones and other platforms as well from time to time. And pretty much everything I cover is strictly oriented towards the end user. And with that, let's go ahead and take a look at what's gone down over the past week or so. Alright guys, so a lot to cover this week. Let's go ahead and quickly jump into it, starting with a miscellaneous mention first, and that is an update to Check Rain. This is the iOS jailbreak. It just got updated to 0.11.0. This latest release, among other things, now has support for iOS 12.0 up to 13.7. I believe the last one only went up to 13.5. Official support for iOS and tvOS 14.0 for certain devices, and official support for Apple TV 4K breakout boards, standard and advanced. There's a few fixes listed here, as well as some other improvements and changes. The known issues are listed, as well as unsupported platforms, and then you have all your various downloads here, depending on what device or platform you're going to use this on. If you're not familiar with how to use Check Rain, there are a ton of tutorial videos out there already on YouTube that show you how to use it. And since there's nothing going on that's of significance around the PS4 scene, we're going to be skipping it this week. Let's head on over to the PS3 scene very quickly, where just a few things have been updated. We have updates to Movian and Showtime, both on 5.0.708, and then Webman Mod has been updated too, was updated on September 27th. Now, the thing with these three is that they get updated, but they no longer really tell you what has happened in the updates. When you go to the release notes, nothing is there for either Movian nor Showtime. And with Webman Mod, in the last, I don't know how many months, past several months, it's been getting updated, but the version number always stays the same. And even on GitHub, it doesn't tell you specifically what was done in this specific update. So all these three have been updated. What's been done, your guess is as good as mine. And now we move on over to the PS Vita scene, starting with an update to GePatch. This is something that I've covered before. It's a plugin for use with Adrenaline. It allows you to play over 50 PSP games in their native resolution on your modded Vita. Now, this latest release has a major bug fix, but in order to use this latest release, you must have the latest Adrenaline, which as of right now is Adrenaline 7. This actually just came out. The PRX file that you need is also located right here, as usual, in the assets section. And next we have BetterTrackBug. This is a simple plugin for your modded Vita that just keeps track of how long you have played your games for, and an app to show you the values. It shows you the name of the game, plus your playtime in hours, minutes, and seconds, and then it ranks them. So it's fairly simple, but that information for some may be useful. And then this latest release adds blacklist support, as well as a couple of bug fixes. The files you need are in the BetterTrackBug zip. And next up, we have another homebrew for the Vita that might be useful for some. This one is Staybright. It's on version 1.0.1, and what this does is that it allows you to stop the PS Vita screen from automatically dimming, but you still get to keep the automatic shutdown feature. That stays intact. It's just this allows you to disable the automatic dimming of the screen. So some people definitely may find this useful. So I'll put the link here to Logic Sunrise. The download link is here. I'll also include that download link in my description. When you come here, you'll see the Staybright 1.0.1 zip file right there, and the skprx file that you need is inside of it. There's also been a few other things updated for the Vita. If you come here to the Vita database page, this is a place I've talked about a ton of times before. You can see up here just some of the either new or updated stuff, including that latest version of Adrenaline, that version 7 that we talked about earlier. There's also been some updates to some games and some tools and things like that. If you have a modded Vita and you've never come to this site, you definitely need to take some time and kind of sift through everything that's here, because there is a mountain load of content in this database. And our next stop brings us over to the world of Switch hacking and modding, where we're going to spend just a little bit of time. There's a few things we need to cover, starting with this. GTA 3 has been ported over to the Switch. It's been reverse engineered. Now, it's not a perfect one-to-one, and it does have issues. Some of these issues are listed here, and some of the people in the thread have noted some of the little problems here and there that they've run into while using this. But overall, it does seem to play okay. It can run at 1080p and 720p at 30 frames each one, but you can turn off the frame limiter so you can get higher frame rates, although it might cause some glitching here and there. If you're interested in running this on your modded Switch, make sure that you come here and read everything in terms of obtaining the files that you need and things like that. Again, this is something that just came out. It's a work in progress, and because it's a port, hopefully we will also get all those sweet mods like we did on the PC. Hopefully those get ported here as well. Alright, up next for the Switch, we have an update to NX Dump Tool. For those that don't know, this is a homebrew that allows you to back up your physical games. So all you need to do is just put your cart into the Switch, and then this homebrew will back it up in XCI format. That's kind of a quick overview of it. It has a lot of main features which you can check out here on the GitHub, and then as usual, just head on over to the releases and grab this latest one, which actually fixes a bug that makes this worth updating to if you're using an older version. The .nro file is right there, and it installs just as easy as any other homebrew. And next we have an update to Edison SE. This is a fork of the regular Edison homebrew, except this one comes with a lot more features. You can see those features listed here on the GitHub page. There's also a link here for instructions on how to use the app and with more detail. I've been using this for almost a month now. It's replaced my regular Edison, and honestly, I haven't gone back to the regular one. I'm very pleased with how it works, and I do like the extra features, so I can highly recommend it if you haven't used it. You can grab the latest NRO from the releases page and give it a try for yourself. And next up, we have an update to NSZ. Now, NSZ allows you to compress or decompress your backed up Nintendo Switch ROMs. So if you have, let's say, some backups of games that you own and you have them in, let's say, XCI format, you can then compress them into NSZ format, and you can save up to 80% of space thanks to the way this compresses those XCI files. And many of the installers that are out there, like AWU installer, NSA installer, and such, they can install NSZ files as well as XCI and NSP and all of those other ones. Anyway, there's the installation instructions here. You can use this on different platforms like on Windows and Linux and whatnot. Make a note that this latest release, though, only affects the portable Windows version of the program and not any of the other ones. And next up, we have an update to AIO Switch Updater. This is a fantastic homebrew that I covered for the first time last week because it just came out, and it allows you to update various things right from your Switch. For example, you can update custom firmware such as Atmosphere, Rainx. I'm not too sure if you can do SXOS or not, but I think that you can. You can update SIG patches right from here. You can download official factory firmwares, so that way once they've been downloaded, you can use Daybreak or Choi de Jour to update your Switch. You can download cheat files right from here. You can even change the color of your Joy-Cons. So, you can change the colors of how they display on your Switch and whatnot. There's a lot of useful features here. This is absolutely highly recommended. Just make sure you read the little bit of instructions that are here. When you go over to the releases, you can grab the zip file and then just copy and paste its contents straight to the root of your SD card. And then this JSON file, you can go ahead and look here on the main GitHub page so you can see exactly where it is you need to put it. And next up, we have an update to Amiibo. This is Amiibo emulation for your modded Switch. I've talked about this before in the past, so I'm not going to spend too much time on it here. If you are new to this, make sure you come to the GitHub because there's a wealth of information here. This comes in two parts. There's a tool that you install into your PC, and then there's the homebrew that goes into the Switch. When you check out this latest version, you can see that this particular version has been completely rewritten in Rust, so everything internally has changed. It's also recommended you use one of the later versions of Atmosphere, and this does work with the latest version, which as of right now is 0.14.4. A lot of other substantial changes have taken place here, so if you use an older version of this, it's highly recommended that you update. When you click on assets, you will see the two zip files there. The Amiibo zip, that contains what you need to copy and paste onto the root of your SD card that's in your Switch. And then the EmuTool zip file, that's what contains all of the files that you need to run the tool on your PC. And next up, and the last thing we'll be going over for the Switch, is an update to Link-A-Hole. Now, I have covered this in last week's episode in more detail. Long story short, this allows you to link Nintendo Network ID accounts offline. It can link even existing accounts so you won't lose your saves. What this does in a nutshell is it basically stops that stupid annoying pop-up every time you start a game, or maybe when you finish a level, or in various other circumstances. It pops up and it asks you, do you want to link your Nintendo account? Well, this stops that from happening. You can read up on how this works. There's a fact section here. The installation is ultra easy. You can link and unlink the accounts very easily. Again, this is mainly just to get those annoying pop-ups to go away. Go over to the releases, snag the latest zip, copy and paste this content straight to your SD card, and you'll be good to go. And now we head on over to the 3DS scene. The only thing we're going to cover here is an update to Amiibo. Similar to the Switch, this is Amiibo emulation, but for the 3DS. There is a how to use section here, as well as some other important information on the main GitHub page. When you head over to the releases, make sure you read everything that's here, because there's more information that goes beyond what's been done in this latest update. There's useful information here. For example, it tells you that now you can have up to 49 folders within the Amiibo folder. It also provides a link here in case this is the first time you're using this. It tells you how to install and how to use this properly. There's also a link right here that will show you the games that have Amiibo capabilities and which ones are known to work. And the last thing we'll be covering here is in the world of emulation, and that's an update to Cemu, the Wii U emulator for your PC, something I've covered to death. I'll put a link here so you can come to the homepage, grab the latest version from here or from the download page. You can also go to changelog, click on details to see what's been done in this latest version. I'll put a link to this video as well, which is showcasing this latest version, 1.21.2, and this is a significant recent update. So here they do a good job of covering what's been done in this update and also demonstrating these new features. And this Wii U emulator, I swear, it is just amazing. It's incredible how far it's come, even in a short period of time. It's a labor of love, and you can see that with every single update. And that is going to do it for this week's episode, guys. You know I appreciate you watching, and if you found anything here informative, useful, helpful, or maybe just entertaining, or you just want to throw some love or appreciation towards the channel, as always, you know the best way to do any of those things is just to hit that like button, maybe subscribe if you haven't already. Much love going out to everyone out there. Be careful, be safe, but have fun, and we will see you on the next one.